Check this out, right? I haven't done one of these in a while, so let's just get straight into this one. Like up the video, share it, all of that good stuff, bro. So Richard Hart decided to come out with a series of tweets today where he incentivized people to bridge the Ethereum hex to Pulsechain hex, as if to say that eHEX is completely dead. What I don't understand is why now. And the reason why I'm saying that is because just a couple of days ago he bought a ton load of Ethereum, which means he's bullish on the chain itself. And we have the Cancun upgrade that is about to happen in the next few days. That's gonna be an introduction to the layer 2s on Ethereum just being much more efficient in terms of transaction fees, which would make the top chain a little bit more scalable. This EIP 4844 is no joke. They got blobs in it. They're gonna introduce these off-chain data thing that will record transactions for like 30 days but then delete them. So there's a whole lot of stuff that is going on in the background Ethereum, because Vitalik knows Wagwan. He knows that the people need Ethereum to be much more efficient and scalable and much more user-friendly. Right now the chain is not user-friendly. Nobody wants to pay $100 worth of fees trading $50 worth of crypto, bro. If it carries on like this, Ethereum could die. So he's coming up with his own solutions with his devs. Ricky, knowing this, being bullish on Ethereum because Ethereum is actually more deflationary than BTC, right? It's getting burnt on a day-to-day basis. Ain't nobody burning Bitcoin. It's a cap supply. But yeah, with saying that, Richard Hart could have handled this situation better, this eHEX situation, eHEX PX drama, by simply telling people in anticipation to the post-chain launch. He had 2 years to do this, bro. 2 years to tell people, hey, once my chain launched, the reason why I created post-chain is to give you a cheaper hex where you have better transaction fees, better user friendliness, and all of that good stuff. He had 2 years to tell people, and in nowhere did Richard Hart tell people within those 2 years where people waited for post-chain to come out. In no time did he mention the fact that, hey, soon as post-chain launch, I want you guys to bridge your Ethereum hex over to Pulsechain. Yes, I know you got the copy, but you gotta also bridge your eHEX and then bring it over here because we need the liquidity and X, Y, and Z. Therefore, eHEX is gonna die. If he took that approach, it would have been more sincere, because people would have done it. Hexicans would have done it. People would have been known that, yo, eHEX is dead. And yeah, but he didn't say that. You know what he was saying? He was saying, oh, I don't want to see cheap hex on any chain, to be honest, and whatnot. When you say that, you're misleading people. You know, you're putting in their head that Ethereum hex is still valuable because you don't want to see any cheap hex on any chain and whatnot. People listen to your words and they're going to take actions. That's why these founders, sometimes I'd be like, you so high IQ. Sometimes the common sense thing that you cannot tell me that some YouTuber has more common sense than some of these founders. I'm just playing, but you know, listen, he could have taken that approach, but misleading people, making them believe that something is there is valuable when it's not. And I really suspect that he's just bluffing. You want to know how I know? Because the OA is still on Ethereum hex and is not moving, despite the high gas fees and all this other stuff. The moment the OA dump 99% of its supply, and we know who controls 90% of eHEX, bro. It's Ricky Ricardo, allegedly. But yeah, as long as the OA doesn't dump, there's still hope for Ethereum hex to go back to 55 cents. I'm not getting farted out of my bag. I don't care if it's Richard Hart or his auntie. Nobody is farting me out of my eHEX bag, bro. I hold some pHEX. You know, the experience there is just way better. And staking, you know, you can do many things with hex on Pulsechain. But hex on Ethereum has a history being the original OG token that it is. But to treat it just like a regular altcoin is kind of unfair. And if that's the case, tell people up front. I don't like, laying the bomb on them like right before a Bitcoin halving where things are bullish. People have accumulated Ethereum. You never know. Some Hexagon might have been accumulating Ethereum all the way throughout the bear market, and you're going to go and say this. Someone nukes the price, $4 billion wiped out of the market cap. You got to mind what you say, because it can destroy people's livelihood, people's savings, the Hexagons that believe in you, and all this other stuff. Now someone, I speculated that this is just him fudding the likes of Rackham and the BankX guys, which hold like 800 million eHEX to dump on the market at any time. This is just a way for him to fud them out, make sure that they get out completely before he pumps this back up to 55 cents. That could be the case. If it is, then he still needed the right approach to do this, man. But hey, it is what it is. So those who have Pulsechain Hex, you can speculate on that. Those who have Ethereum Hex, you can choose to speculate on that. I think Jack Levin is also attacking him because he attacked Zen today as well by saying something to the effect of, what did Richard Hart say? He said, look at all of those other communities getting smoked as well. All right. Today, $134,000 in ETH gas fees went to Ethereum validators from the Ethereum Hex people. So he's telling them, choose wiser. Choose your Hex now. It's on Pulsechain and it's cheaper. That's the reason why I put it there. So Jack is responding to him by saying, my dude, you do not know that EIP 1559 burns ETH fees and validators do not get these fees. Or are you just saying this to cover your behind? But yeah, man, I don't know what's going on. These founders gone rogue. They do that to each other too, which is weird, I heard some Titanx people were accusing Jack Levin of dumping Titanx. He's got like $1 trillion of Titanx, and then soon as he dumps it, a couple weeks back, he dumps $1 trillion Titanx on the market, nuking the Titanx price, allegedly. He then comes out with a tweet saying something to the effect of, you may copy us, but you may never have our willpower. So there you have it. Titanx people must learn the lessons now. All these founders are in each other's project. If you think Ricky Ricardo doesn't own any Zen, you are the dumbest people on crypto right now. They all have each other's tokens, and large amounts too. They whales in each other's group. So don't be surprised that Jack Levin owns a shit ton of Titanx. What did you expect? You think it was just sitting aside being a Zen Maxi and not owning any Titanx? No. This is what they do to each other. They drain each other's liquidity, bro. So this is the liquidity game. If you don't peep it, you will never understand it or make a dime out of these crypto things. You sitting on your side talking about I'm a maxi, or this one will never be this and this is never. You start thinking like that, you're not gonna make money out of these protocols, because the founders that you're defending and doing all this stuff for, being so loyal to them, they themselves are invested in these other protocols. That's what they do to each other. You know what I'm saying? So don't be surprised. I'm not sure if that story is true or not, but it is what it is. Somebody said Ricky Ricardo owns a ton load of Zen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, whether he's doing that to nuke the price and leverage, the liquidity back to Pulsechain, this is what they do. It's not a coincidence where every time you see a project dump, the rival projects pump. So you know where the money left and you know where it went if you put 2 and 2 together. People don't think about these things sometimes. Someone said something funny today. He said RH got fleeced trying to short BTC, and now he's accumulating Ethereum or something. It could be true, maybe Richard Hart got wrecked in the bear market because he was the only one that was calling out for $10,000, $11,000 BTC. But it never went that low though. We got as low as 15K, 16K But that was the low. That was November 2022, about a year and a half ago. And yeah, man, maybe he tried to short it, but he's not a leverage trader, so I don't believe that story. I think people are just messing with him. But for him to come out and say this about eHEX, it's confusing. But why would you say that about your own project? Just kill it. And the fact that he's not killing it, the OA is not dumping its eHEX, it's just sitting there, means there's an ulterior motive. There's a modus operandi, or whatever you call it. Modus operandi, whatever that is. Yeah, there's a motive out there that he's not telling everybody. And I believe he's just trying to fud some bad whales that gone rogue out of the project eHEX before this thing could pump back up to 55 cents. I'm not selling anything before a halving, bro. It'll be the dumbest thing. That's like, congratulations, you sold your future kind of thing, you know. I'm not selling, bro. If anything, once the Cancun upgrade goes live, I'm buying more eHEX. I don't care if it drops down to 1/10 of a penny. It's on its way there anyway, so who cares? Buying more eHEX, minting more Optimism Zen, because you want to know why? Here's an angle. ETH gas fee is gonna go lower on layer 2s once the Cancun upgrade in the next few days kicks in live. I'm gonna give you some jewels. And Optimism Zen is just sitting there with 100 and some odd days left to mint. Put 2 and 2 together, man. To claim a Zentorion would be cheap, and to mint a Zentorion would also be cheap. So think about what I'm saying here, people. You have that much time until July 14th to mint as many as you can, and let's see where that takes us. We don't know, but after the halving, I believe Zen would do some numbers on Ethereum and on several other chains. I want to be on the Optimism side, and if Zen on Ethereum going to be the Cancun upgrade would make it cheaper. Somebody said it's going to reduce the transaction fees by 10%. I don't know how true that is, but if it is, it's still something. Then people would be able to remint on Zen and claim and all this other stuff without really getting nuked out there. But yeah, that would be more, you know, bullish for Zenians, but you know, kind of bearish for the supply, because the cheaper Ethereum fees go, the less valuable Zen on Ethereum would become. The liquidity game is the liquidity game, bro. We're just gonna leave it for the market to decide, as none of these guys wants to pump your bags. Like up the video, share it, subscribe for some crypto content. I have been Mr. Nakamoto Crypto, and I'm out.